Hello everybody, and welcome back to another CybeReaper's one-on-one video. I would like to say I will be doing a second cooking session as well, because the last video I have made a lovely sorbet one. A lovely sorbet, gluten-free, and also fat-free as well. So basically that's pretty clever how I did it those times ago. But, of course, welcome back to the second cooking session as well, and I am going to make a sausage and egg and 2 fried egg ramen, basically. Basically, I got my basic pot noodle here as well. My basic pot noodle, I will boil with water, and of course I will put the lid on top of it meanwhile it boils. And then of course I got some seasoning I can put all together into the ramen, and also I'll put some soy sauce into it as well. Like, as long as the pot noodle is fully ready, then that's very easy. But of course in the meantime as well, I got some 2 sausages to chop up and put it into the actual bowl itself. So of course, one of my main seasonings would be sea salt chili. That would kick some spice into it. But I would recommend putting it on top of the egg, mainly when it's done. And of course, to make the ramen really nice, or basically the pot noodle really nice as well, you just basically add like a few pinches of these, and of course stir it in a little bit before you add the sausages and the egg on top. And of course mix it in afterwards as well. And then of course, just to get the onion flavour, if you want to, like after everything's been cooked, you can put it in a microwave for 1 minute if necessary. Then from there it'll come out steamy and nice. And that's just basically before you put the actual egg or eggs basically on top. And so of course from that it's just basically easy and it's basic. And I'm just explaining the introductions here, and also I've shown the ingredients I'll be using. But I would recommend putting like some really nice mixed herbs on top as well. Like if you got some mixed herbs, just sprinkle a little bit all over the ramen. And of course, like before you put the fried egg on top, because that would look nice, and it may end up looking like something from anime as well. It may not be familiar to the actual ingredients that people might use, but there's no problem with creative cooking. Like, as long as you know what you're doing, then that's a good sign. I will be doing the practical chopping and cooking during the actual video. So see you soon. Hello everybody, and I am basically back again, and I just thought I'd let you know in my cooking video of today that I basically done the fried egg as well, and it looks really nice, doesn't it? So of course I'm going to smooch you over on a plate. So of course I've done them both really well, and they look really good with my ramen. And then of course I'm going to do a sprinkle of the really nice sweet the proper nice actual sea salt, and also a bit of soy sauce into it. And then of course from there that'll be really nice. So I got some sea salt. I'm gonna sprinkle some of it on top of the eggs, the sea salt, and also maybe a little bit on the sausages and the ramen, just to make it nice and tenderizing to eat. And then of course after that I will put the soy sauce, like this soy sauce here. I open it. Oh, I'll basically open it. But I would probably recommend getting scissors to cut these open. So, of course, just spread some soy sauce all over the actual food itself, and especially the ramen. Then from there, you will have your own anime-like lunch. So, it's pretty awesome. So, I will show you the perfect results. Hello ladies and gentlemen, like I've mentioned, I will come back. So of course, as I was saying though, I noticed that I'm still processing the sausages, but don't you worry, they'll be ready. And also I found like the pot noodle soy sauce I'm going to add into it as well, into the actual pot noodle. Meanwhile, I poured some hot water into this. So of course, if you notice right here, I will show you myself. So it's pretty much easy really. So how it all works, pretty interesting. So basically you use the foil and you look inside there. And I basically pre-added the actual crispy fried onions, the ingredients, as I mentioned, at the beginning of the introduction of the video. So it's pretty nice. And of course at one point I will add the soy sauce as well to make that tasty flavour. And then of course I will be making some eggs in a bit. 2 lovely fried eggs. That'd be really good to go with. Then from there, I technically had a good old full-on lunch then. So it's going to be awesome. So, of course, in a way that as well, that I will be cooking the eggs after I sorted out the sausages. So of course from that I will be back with you after the break. So everybody, welcome back to the show as well, and I would like to say that I have actually cooked the sausages, as I mentioned. There's the sausages on a chopping tray. And then now of course I'm going to cook the eggs next. And then of course I'm going to give a nice pot, the ramen a nice stir as well. Pop a nice stir. So I'm just going to give it a quick stir with my awesome chopsticks I saved for a while. So give them a good old stir. Make sure that they are really good. But of course, like using a typical fork, like an actual cutlery is good as well. Just using something to stir the noodles in would be a good idea if you're doing it like pre-cooked. And of course, just leave it for a few more minutes. And of course, meanwhile, you can cook the egg in that as well. So of course, like how to start cooking the egg, basically, I've got 2 eggs. So of course I'm gonna pre-start the actual heat, the actual frying pan. So it's not bad. And of course I got some preheat oil. Then I'm gonna crack the eggs open. And of course I'll show you the shells. That means I crack the eggs open. So I'm gonna do that quickly. Okay, now that's actually 1 egg open. Cracked it as well. And of course, at one point, like during the cooking, you will end up seeing the progress as well. So just feel free to stay tuned, and I'll crack the egg and I'll show you the progress of it all. There we go. Another egg cracked. So of course, usually when I cook something, when it comes to eggs, I basically put the eggshells away, like into the bin before I clean up. So basically, I pre-clean everything, like before after I've done my cooking usually. So I'll be right back, and feel free to have a look at the freshly made great ingredients. There's one of them. There's one of the ingredients, and there's the other one. Just feel free to watch. And also, here's another one here, the soy sauce, as I mentioned, going to add. It's going to put that perfectly there for most of you to see. And of course, I'm going to do the angles just slightly quickly, make it easier for you. There you go, the ingredients. Just feel free to watch those for a few moments, and I'll do my best. And so, of course, like from that though, lovely audiences, that is pretty much easy. That I'm just gonna basically sort out the noodles now as well, since you've seen all the ingredients that I got out. And you'll see my cooking skills in action. And of course, easy recommend for seasoning as well. I basically am gonna do some of the noodles. It's gonna be cool. But of course, in the Chinese traditional cultures, usually, if you're into your anime, that is, you can basically use chopsticks. But if you're happier using a fork or knife or any cutlery, just feel free to do it. And also at the same time, when it comes to cooking, though, just try your best to ask someone for help if you can. So of course, I'm stirring it in. Make sure it's good and easy. And then of course, since it looks ready and nice and easy, now I can pour it into the actual bowl itself, as I mentioned. So I'm going to pour it all into the bowl, like so. Make sure I've got everything. And of course, on that, you just basically stir it in a little bit in the bowl. Like stir it a little bit, like spread it out. Just make sure all the taste and all the nice tastiness gets there. And then of course after that, you got your pork sausages. Your really nice sausages though, I'm going to chop. Just going to chop them up. Just feel free to watch, but just be careful when it comes to using a knife. Because cutlery can be quite dangerous when it comes to using it wrong. And also don't be reckless in the kitchen. That's just basically my advice. And also if you're cooking it with someone who you know who's an adult or a good trusty friend, then just feel free to ask for help. Because there's no problem of asking for help with anything these days. So of course I got my sausages done. I've cut them up already. There's the sausages. And then of course I got my ramen. And of course gonna put the sausages individually like all over. Or maybe to one side if necessary, but it's just easier, it depends how you cook it. Hello viewers, I would like to say that as well, I done really well frying the eggs up as well. But of course, in a way, I will definitely show you the eating results as well. I just probably take like a bite out of like 1/2 of an egg and a sausage and some ramen together and see how it goes with the flavouring. And if it's good, then feel free to cook it. Hello viewers, I am basically back, and I got my fun traditional chopsticks, and I got a glass of water, and I got my lunch. So I'm gonna have a sausage, also a bit of ramen, and maybe a bit of egg to go with it. A nice bit of egg to go with it. Nice bit of egg if I can. Just try to break a bit of a fry egg off. Now of course after that, it's pretty much easy, but it's always better to use cutlery as well. It's always better to use the cutlery. Mainly so, of course the taste test begins with the egg and the noodles and natural ramen itself. Not bad out of honesty, but now I can try the sausage. Definitely a recommend. Also, viewers, thank you so much for tuning in, and feel free to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. And also I'll have a quick sip of water before I say goodbye. And always remember, when it comes to health, keep drinking water. 8 glasses of water a day will keep the doctors away. CybeReaper out. Peace.